Well, hello everybody. I wanted to show you how much I got done so far on my weed barrier cloth. I know it's not a fantastic job, but at least it's down. I've got most of the grass covered up to where I don't have to deal with it. I mean, it's going to come back, and I may put a piece down on that side too. I just haven't got to it yet, and I ordered more weed barrier, and it's a different fabric. Look at this. I think it's a higher quality. It's more like almost like a felt material. But yeah, that's where I'm at so far. And we're supposed to get more rain today. I hear it thundering in the distance now. And I've got some flowers that came up from seed I need to do some transplanting of before it rains on them. And there is my purple bell pepper plants. I transplanted them over here. And you can see I put 3 and 4 in each pot because I'm not sure they're going to survive. It's starting to get really hot. So that's my purple bell pepper, y'all. I've never grown purple bell pepper before, so I'm kind of anxious to see what those look like. But you can see I got my weed barrier all the way down to the pole down there, down to my totes, and back up this section. And I had an old chair. It split in the back, so I was afraid to sit in it because every time I sat in it and leaned back, it felt like I was going to go all the way through, and I figured it was just going to split all the way down. So I said I needed something to elevate one of these buckets, so I just put my bucket in the chair. And I had this crate in the shed that I took out, and I'm using that as a elevation so the runoff compost tea can run in that squash plant or zucchini, I'm not sure which. But there is I'm not sure. Well, I don't have a marker in there. It's either a sweet dumpling squash or a mashed potato melon, one or the other. And I can already see I need to put another stake right there because I just caught my boot on it. So I'll get another stake and put right there. Yeah, the way my garden is set up, it took a lot of stakes to hold this plastic down. But what I came out here for, I've got, like I said, I've got some seedlings that I need to transplant. They're getting too much rain. So I need to put them in a pot that drains a lot better than what it's draining now. So I'm going to mix this a little bit of potting soil in the pot. And I just wish to God that, you know what, I'm not going up there where the AC is because it's just making too much racket. I think what I'm going to do is bring my pot and my plant back here under the canopy. And do it right here under the little bit of shade. And it's, I mean, you still hear the AC running, the compressor outside, but it's not as loud as it would be if I'm right up there at it. But this is the you get the tag because I still can't pronounce it. I still can't. It's thundering, but maybe I can get this done. That's what it is. It's the ram. It was those little bulbs. Ranunculus flower. And I had a whole row of them in that little pot that was in that 5-tier planter. You know, I had put seeds in it, and try to get it so you can see. Yeah, maybe I can get this done before it rains. But yeah, I was counting on transplanting a whole row of them. I put all of them in that little tray. All of them came up, but then we started getting so much rain and they weren't big enough to transplant till it's drowned all of them out but one. So I said, I've got to transplant it, put it in something that's not going to be quite as wet. So I got this pot that was out in the wishing well, and I'm gonna get some of the dirt out of it. Cause it's got good rich dirt in there. But what I'm going to do is mix it with some good potting mix. And I think I'm going to put a few leaves down in the bottom too. And I know you might not be able to see me go do this. But some of these wood bark. Got a little bit of wood bark down in there. Whew. Put a little bit of this back in. But like I said, I'm going to mix it with this potting mix so it'll drain a little bit better. It was holding way too much water. And I know this pot was holding too much water with all this rain. So I gotta make somewhere in between. I want it to hold hold moisture, but I don't want it to hold so much that it's going to drown my plant. Whew. And this is all compost and all the good stuff, so you should like it in this, especially since it's not going to be as wet. I actually got 2 of them. They come up together. Woo. or 3. So I'm going to put those in the pot and I'm going to hope for the best. I hope this time they'll get a good start and they won't drown. But look at the roots. They got pretty good roots. More scoop of this. Yeah, if you find your pots are holding too much water, just separate them. Take your pot out, your dirt out. Mix in some good potting mix with it to where it'll drain real well. So your plants won't totally drown. They're just now big enough to even transplant. Put my tag in it. And there you go. There's my pot of ranunculus, or whatever they call it, ranunculus. But hopefully they'll survive now. I'm gonna go put them back in the wishing well. Excuse me for doing that, but and that tree is still there. I'm gonna put it right there. And I had trays in here to hold the water, the compost tea, so they wouldn't dry out. The only problem is we're getting so much rain right now, it's holding too much water. And you can see my cilantro has died out. The plant is still alive, but it's getting too wet. To get more rain. I'm not sure what I want to put in that. I could put a tomato plant in it. In fact, that might be what I'll do. But my plants can't handle much more rain. Some of them can, because the pots are draining better. But these, I don't know. Like I said, I fixed them to where I could keep plenty of water to them, because with the top, all the rainwater doesn't go in. But right now, they're holding too much. So let's see what we can do with this. I need a Roma tomato in there. A plant that doesn't get too big. And I'm trying to carry this. Oh, this pot is heavy. Whoops. Oh. I tell you, it's so hot and humid. It's unreal. I don't know if there's any saving this cilantro or not. I might go stick it in another pot with something else. How about my tomato? This drains and stays a little bit drier. And it's in partial shade. So the cilantro might accidentally like it there. Oh. That was the root. Oh. Let's see, I'm trying to decide, do I want to put a pepper plant out there or a tomato plant? Maybe a pepper. We'll put 2 pepper plants in there. And these are bell peppers, and I'm not sure which color they are because I ended up mixing the seeds up. Yeah, I haven't run into this problem before where things are staying too wet. Usually it's too dry. I don't know if you can see my pot. Let's see. Yes, you can see it a little bit. We'll put some of that right back in there because it's good rich dirt. It's compost and topsoil, that garden soil. All that good stuff. Whew. So I don't know what color these are because I had green, I had red, I had gold, yellow, orange. Oh. So I'm going to turn this camera around so you can see where I'm going. So I don't. But I'm just going right back out there to the wishing well. Now I'm going to put this pot in with my 2 pepper plants. My 2 pepper plants right there. need to stake those 2 sunflowers up. They're gonna fall over with this next rain. So let me go over here and try to get 2 stakes out of the shed before it's raining on me. If it will just rain and hold off on the wind, that might be okay. And I even save window blind rods. They make good stakes. Ideally, I'd love to get the end off of it, but oh well. It's not ideal for putting this in there. Let's see. Unless you got a hole. The mosquitoes are already out. Here, that'll work perfect there. And I gotta go get something to tie it up with. So, let me see where I can get something to tie it up with. Probably have to go in the house. But I'll be right back. But I can't let all my sunflowers go. I mean, I worked so hard to keep them alive. And I staked one up like this, and the wind got so hard during the storm the other night that it broke it off. So I lost that one. So I'm going to go up closer to the top. Tie it. Maybe that'll work better. And my Rose of Sharon is living pretty good here, but my squash plant died. I'll have to put something else in that pot. But my one over here that I put the pot in is living fine. I think I might put me a pepper plant there. I don't know. But I got another sunflower right there I need to get some kind of a stake to. So I'm already sweating, y'all. Sweating like crazy. But I got tomato plants I've got to get transplanted. Whew. I was going to try to mow today. Little did I know that it was going to rain. Another thing, I use these old straw brooms to sweep my patio and stuff off with, because it's about the only type of broom that will work, and they wear out. But guess what? You can cut that broom part off and keep that stick to either stake your tomato plants, pepper plants, whatever you need to stake them with. Makes a good free stake. So I never throw broom handles away. In fact, that's what I got my butterfly on. The butterfly I showed in one of my other videos, because I had made that before I started doing YouTube videos, so I didn't actually have a video on me making it. And it's raining, but hopefully I can get this stuff up. Oh man. Trying to get the keys back in my pocket. Because I got to get that bag of potting soil. And I'm going to change this wire. I'm going to raise it up. I got some poles in the shed. I'm going to put on the other side of the gas tank and get these raised up higher. But I can't do it today. Let me get this put back into my greenhouse. And I see another problem. My vent in my greenhouse flipped over backwards. So I need to close it so the rain don't come in it. Over. Go on the other side to close it, I guess. That's how bad the wind has been. I might can do it from out here. Whew. I need to take it loose. Put that inside. Well, maybe I can just fasten it back and it'll stay there maybe. Maybe the wind won't blow as hard this time, I hope. Because I'm trying for my wood chips not to get saturated. That makes them heavier. So we got that done. So we can get around here and at least I'll be up on the patio tying this other one. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get this bucket in my hand. And then maybe we can get out of this rain and lightning. Whew, it's coming down. Whew. But I got this one here. It may not keep it from getting broke, but at least it's up there. But see here, this is where I pull that ranunculus thing. I had a whole row of them, and I only ended up with 2 plants. I had a whole row of these ponderosa pink tomatoes. I'm left with 5. My geraniums are coming up if they don't get drowned out. I have not seen my purple basil come up yet. And there is my lettuce at the bottom. Woo, it's raining hard now. Woo! Another storm, y'all. And see, I need another tall one for this, because it's going to break it off. I didn't have a real tall stake for it, but I wasn't expecting another storm to come through either. Whew. And my biggest, healthiest looking sunflower is leaning like crazy from the last 2 storms we had. I just hope it does not break off. And I can already see I need to move these pots back because they're going to get too much rain, too much water. And I was probably right in your way the whole time, and I didn't mean to be. But I need to move these other ones back a little bit too. Look at the rain falling off of the roof. If I had several buckets, I'd put it out here and catch all this rainwater. I mean, these plants that are in the ground love it right now. But the ones that are in the pots are getting too much rainwater. See, if the rain doesn't do it, the wind does. But there's not a whole lot more I can do. Woo! Wind's blowing so hard it's blowing the rain under the patio. Ooh, I hope it don't tear my tarps up, my shade cloth up. Look how hard that wind is blowing out there. I'm soaked just from rainwater. And look at the sunflowers back there at the totes. They're bending over. Not a lot I can do about it though right now. I can't go out there. That's going to tear my shade cloth all up. But that's Texas. You either get flooded or you have a drought. No in between. And I hear ice falling. There's not much, but every once in a while I hear a click on the metal, and that's ice. That's hail. Ooh, I hope my canopy survives. Not looking very good. That bucket's almost full of water already. And look, I moved them back, but the wind's blowing the water right in on them anyway. See how far back I moved them, but the wind's blowing the water in. Can't win for losing. Those two pots will drain pretty quick though. The wind would just die down. Yep, I hear hail. I hear the clicking of ice. I'm glad I didn't fill up my bird feeders today that would seed, because it would have got all wet and I would have just had to dump it out, because it'll mold if you leave it in there too long wet. Listen to that hail. I hear it, I just don't see it yet. My watermelon vines are going to be running across the yard, and I'm not even going to get that weed barrier put down to them. At least I got some stuff done today. I see a hole in my shade cloth already. Let's hope there's no tornadoes with this. Ooh, I'm gonna go in the house, y'all. I'm soaked to the bone, and that lightning is flashing pretty bad. My shade cloth's coming down. But I gotta go in the house, y'all.